This is the TP-Link TAPO C310 and it's a smart outdoor security camera. In this video I am going to show you the C310 unboxing. I'll show you how to set this up using the app, and I'll show you what the camera footage looks like both during the day and also at night. I'm the Before You Buy guy and this is my review of the TAPO C310. Let's get started. This camera, it features full high definition recording. It does support onboard storage with the option to install a memory card, and it also has motion detection with notifications being sent straight to your mobile phone. This camera is marketed to be an outdoor security camera, and it's been designed specifically with this in mind. It does feature waterproofing up to the rating of IP66. You shouldn't have any problems with wind or rain as long as you've installed the camera properly. Of course, there is nothing stopping you from installing this camera indoors if you choose to, but you're paying for those extra waterproofing features you're not going to use. The way this camera is set up is it does need to be mounted. You can't really prop it down on a flat surface. Some of the indoor security cameras can be plonked on a table or a shelf. The way that this camera has been built, it kind of needs to be mounted somewhere, so keep that in mind. Inside of the box you do get some paperwork which includes a mounting screw template. You can use this to help to drill holes wherever you wanted to place the screws. You also get a power cable and some screws for the install. These little plastic bits here are to help to waterproof the connection to the camera. If you're installing this out in the weather, make sure you use these. And there is also a little rubber seal here, which is for the cord. Hey, you know, I put a lot of work into these reviews. I review all types of different gadgets. And if that sounds interesting to you, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And while you're there, give the video a thumbs up. It helps my channel a lot and I would really appreciate it. One thing that's unique about this security camera, you can install this using a Ethernet cable here, and typically this is how you would install a traditional security camera system. Arguably, this is more reliable than a wireless connection, so it is much easier to install this camera wirelessly since you don't need to run any cables. What you'll need to do to connect this camera is download and install the TAPO TP-Link app. Once you're in the app, you want to click on the plus button in the corner over here and then select the camera that you're looking to pair. In this case, we're going to click on the TAPO C310. Next, you click on wireless install mode. Plug in your camera and you should see the light at the front of the camera flash between green and red. Then you just click next in the app and follow the prompts to connect to your local wireless network. If you have other TP-Link TAPO cameras, you'll be able to see all of the different cameras in the one location in this app. If you want to store and view footage on the device, you'll need to install a memory card. Because this is waterproof, there is a screwed plate here that you'll need to remove in order to install the memory card. A regular screwdriver is fine to remove this plate, shove your memory card in there and then replace the plate. So the resolution on this camera, it's actually slightly better than 1080p. And resolution can make a big difference, especially on a security camera. But there are definitely cameras with higher resolution than this, either 2K or 4K, but there is more to camera quality than just pixels. The footage that you're seeing right now was recorded directly on the TAPO C310 camera. It is a little bit cloudy and rainy here today, but hopefully that gives you a bit of an idea of what the quality of the footage looks like. In addition to recording video, this camera does also pick up audio, and the sound that you're hearing right now was recorded directly on the camera. I'm standing about a meter and a half away from the camera, and as I walk further away, just to give you a bit of an idea of how far away the camera can record also. Here is some more footage shot on this camera at night. This camera does feature night vision, and this footage here should give you a bit of an example of what the nighttime footage looks like. I've turned off all the lights here and this is just the camera by itself with no supporting lighting. Let's take a look at some of the features in the app that come with this camera. When you open up the app, you'll see whatever the camera is looking at, and there's a few buttons underneath the footage here. This first button allows you to switch between viewing one camera or multiple cameras. If you just have one camera, you'll never need to press this. If you press this camera, it will take a photograph, and this middle button here starts to record video. If you want to look at the photos or the video that's been recorded using the security camera, you can click on playback and memory, and from here you should see all of your images and recordings. It doesn't look like there's any cloud storage options with this camera, which means if you want to get the most out of this device, you'll definitely want to install a memory card. This camera does have a built-in speaker, which means in theory, you should be able to have a conversation with someone at the other end of your camera. There are two ways to do this. You can press talk and then press and hold to talk, or you can press voice call and it will open up a continuous connection. The default setting for this camera is it will automatically change between day mode and night mode, but in the settings here you can manually change that if you choose to. In other settings you can turn on or off motion detection, and you can also choose whether or not you would like to receive notifications for these detections. You do also have the option to set motion detection for specific times of the day or specific days of the week, and this is a really helpful tool. If your camera is installed upside down, there is an option to flip the screen. You can change the video quality down to 1080 or 720p, and this LED light at the front can be switched on or off depending on your preference. In the recording schedule section, you can set your camera up to record when it sees motion, record continually, or to not record at all. In the advanced settings, you can choose whether or not you'd like to display the time and date on your image, and there is also an option to add a custom text. This custom text could be really useful if you have multiple cameras and you wanted to label each camera for the different location. I like this optional feature. Guys, what do you think about how this camera looks? I quite like it with the antennas and the shape of the camera. I think it looks stylish and it looks very real. Hopefully that would be enough of a deterrent to keep any potential criminals at bay. Overall, I do quite like this camera. It is a camera that's designed with a specific purpose in mind, which is installing it outdoors with the provided mount. But I think it does a good job. The video footage looks decent, and I really like how many different features there are included with the app. This isn't the highest resolution camera you can buy, but I think this camera is quite good for the price that you pay. That's about all I have for this one. I hope that video was helpful. I'll put some more camera reviews on the screen now if you're interested in those. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.